Welcome to What Are You Sporting About podcast, a podcast about business, employment, sports, and entertainment to help educate, support, and guide you to your next level. Here's your host, attorney Sivonnia DeBarros.
Hello, everybody. Hello on this beautiful New Year Eve. Hello. Come on into the room. I'm going to give you guys a chance to listen from wherever you are or to watch from wherever you are if you are catching this live recording wherever you are. So you guys come on in because today we are going to be discussing 3 ways to declutter for greatness. 3 ways to declutter for greatness. So I want to tell you guys how this subject came about. I recently wrote an article on decluttering for greatness when I was going through my office and just trying to clean up and just get myself back to organization. So for me, I am someone who cannot deal with a lot of disorder because it throws everything off. So if you are that kind of person, go ahead and drop your name in the comments. Like, you need organization to be effective in what it is that you do. And you guys, you know what? Excuse me, because most of you may not even know who I am. So let's wind this back for a moment. I am Sivonnia DeBarros, the protector of athletes, also the founder and principal attorney of the S.L. DeBarros Law Firm, where we represent 6- and 7-figure business owners, and where we represent athletes to help educate them, motivate them, and inspire them to their very next level. I'm super excited about all of the good stuff that is coming up for year 2022. Hey, if you think I've made impact so far, you just hold on to your seat because 2022 is going to be the year of major impact. For you guys that have been following me for quite some time now, you know that we are launching the Athletes Making Moves course March 21st of 2022. Make sure you go ahead and reserve your seat because for our gold and premium levels, we are only taking 50 people per those particular levels. So reserve your seat. They are going to go fast. If you think that you are an athlete who can benefit from this course, go ahead and check it out at bit.ly/AMM course and look at all the offerings that we have and what it is that we'll be covering in each level for 2022. So this is the year to get yourself together, get your ducks in a row, and like the title of today, to declutter, move all this crap out of the way, get yourself in a position so that you can maximize the success that you want for yourself. All right. So let's jump into this, guys, because like I said, I wrote an article about this. You can find this article right now on prosportlawyer.com, decluttering for greatness. And this came about because I was cleaning up my office. I need a clean space to work. I do not like a bunch of stuff around me, and my desk is getting there. I just ordered this electronic notebook so that I can organize my thoughts and my notes that I have on my desk. Because as you know, if you are anyone who just creative in any kind of way, or you're working on something, but you need to jot down a quick note or an email or someone that you need to call back, well, sometimes you end up with a whole bunch of sticky notes or pieces of paper, or you've written it on something else and you don't want to throw the stuff away because you're afraid that you won't have that information later. So I've taken the steps to decluttering my desk, okay, so that I can think clearer and know that my information is organized. And so what I want to do with you guys is really talk about how and why we're decluttered, because some folks in business and in their personal life cannot get on a route to a clear mind or a clear spirit, right? Because there's so many things that's going on with them. But what I realized is when I was cleaning my office, and it's funny because I had to clean my office in 2020 when I started organizing and getting new cabinets in to put things in their respective places. It always gets messier before it gets better. I want you to think about that for a second. It always gets messier before it gets better. When you start to clean anything, it gets messier before it gets better. All right. That is important because sometimes I think, especially if you are an athlete or someone who is a high achiever, there is this yearning for instant results. But when you start to craft something, clean something, it gets messier before it gets better. As a business owner or entrepreneur, when you have this business idea, is there clarity right at the top of it? Absolutely not. You have to go in and dump all of those ideas down on paper. It's messy because all these things are coming at you from different sides. You're like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. Or, what if this happened? Or what if that happened? So you have to put that stuff out on paper. You have to talk to other people. It's like this whole snowball of mess until you can find your clarity. And your clarity is the part of decluttering that mess. Okay. I'm going to take it kind of dark for a second, but if this is you, if you're resonating with this, I want you to go ahead and drop a heart or something into the comments and let me know that this is definitely resonating with you. If this is a conversation that can help someone that a business owner or an athlete, go ahead and share this with that person so that they can get the impact that you're getting today. But I want to go kind of deep with you guys for a second. If we think about someone who's addicted to alcohol or drugs, and they say, I want to change my life, there's a process that they have to go through first. And that process, part of that process is withdrawal, right? They have to get out of what they had been doing before. They're starting to clean up their life, clean up a part of their life, right? Clean up a part of their mind that had always been so accustomed to one thing. And part of that process is ugly. It's dirty. There are a lot of things that they have to uncover. Why did I even go to this? Why do I feel like I needed this particular thing to cope? Why? It's messy. It gets messy before it gets better. So when they go through that process, they go through that withdrawal, they're feeling all of those things, right? They may be feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, or I feel like this is going to be a defeating kind of issue. But when they stick to it and they continue to declutter all of that stuff that has been sown into them and planted into them, now they can get to a place where they have decluttered and they are on their way to greatness. So I want you to really think about that, because there's so many things in our lives that we have to declutter if we want to get on that path to greatness. Think about a baby. Like my son started crawling and pulling himself up and walking really, really early. He started scooting at about 3 or 4 months and pulling himself up to the table. I think it was about 5 months. Before you knew it, this boy was walking at 8 months, right? But even in that transition, he was falling and couldn't really hold his head up that high when he was first started trying to scoot on the floor. And then when he started walking with those little chubby legs and taking his first few steps, he was falling because it was messy. But then he perfected it and it got better, right? Now that's just coming from a baby's perspective. So guys, I want to share with you my 3-shift process that you can implement right now going into 2022. People love to set resolutions, but it is time that we set intentions. What is it that is around you, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual, that you can declutter for greatness? You need to think about that, because when we carry the same thing into the next year, the next month, the next week, it is ultimately going to dictate how we do certain things, how we show up, how we perform, right? Because you haven't decluttered that, you haven't deprogrammed that. So I want you to think about that for a second. So I'm going to share with you my 3-shift process to decluttering. Now, before I get there, I do want to share some startling statistics that I found, because I thought this was extremely interesting. So I bet you guys didn't know this. So in 2008, a National Association of Professional Organizers survey They surveyed 400 consumers nationwide. 27% of them said that they feel disorganized at work. And of those, 91% said they would be more effective and efficient if their workspace was better organized. 28% said they would save over an hour per day, and 27% said they would save 31 to 60 minutes each day. So if you're not feeling organized in your business, right? Why is that? Why is that? But check this out. Stephanie Winston, she's an author of The Organized Executive, estimates that a manager loses 1 hour per day to disorder, costing the business up to $4,000 a year if they were earning a $35,000 salary. Or it's double that, $8,125 per year if they were earning $65,000. So what can we take from that, right? If you are someone who employs other people and they are not getting their job done, they're not being productive, I want you to look at yourself first. Look at how you run your business. Are there tools and tech that you have in place to organize what the tasks are? Are you following up with the people that you're providing those particular tasks to, right? Are you properly managing them to make sure that they are on task and are rising to the level of what you expect? Because that's a lot of money to just be thrown down the drain. But ask yourself too, if you are not making the kind of money that you want, is it because of disorganization? Have you become so cluttered in your space and in your mind that you have no idea of how to declutter so that you can get on track to making the kind of money and the cash flow that you desire? All right. So I want you guys to think about that. If this is resonating with you, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know this is resonating with you. All right. So my 3-step process to declutter. Y'all ready? Because this is really cool. All right. So my 3-shift process. First, what you need to do is shift your space. Okay. Shift your space. Shift your space. When I say shift your space, look at your surroundings. Look at your physical space. Pay attention to the type of people who are around you. How do you operate? Because sometimes we need to kind of clean up the things that we do that aren't really serving us. So if someone gives you a task, or let's just say a business owner wants to work with you, what do you do with that information? Do you just put it to the side and say, I'll come back later to it? And the next thing you know, you're spending hours looking for certain information. You're losing money. You are definitely going to lose money. Okay. So shift your space. When I started this conversation today with you guys, I told you that I purchased a new electronic tablet, and I'm super excited because it's going to arrive today. But I knew I needed a better way to organize myself because I like writing. I have to write, especially with my notes. I need to have like this book is full and I have like 3 other notebooks. Okay. I have to be able to have something next to me that I can immediately write whatever those thoughts are down on. But what happens is it clutters my space. And for me, sometimes I find myself working in my kitchen or working in my living room because I don't want to work in a cluttered space. I can't think like that. I can't relax like that. And so now it adds another layer of anxiety on me that I don't need. It doesn't benefit me. All right. So shift 1 is shifting your space. Now shift 2, and a lot of y'all got to get ready for this one. Shift 2 is shifting your mind. Shifting your mind. I teach individuals about mind shifting and how you can do this so that you can elevate yourself in a way where you can see and redefine the success that you want for yourself. How many people are out there operating from a mindset of, hey, pick me, pick me, pick me? Here's a visual for you. in any show, or even when you were in elementary, middle school, high school, and let's just say you were out, I don't know, basketball court or whatever, PE, and there had to be two teams. Who is the one that says, pick me, right? Or who is the one that's picked last? So then they go and do all kind of extra stuff so that hopefully the next time a situation like that presents itself, you are the one that's being picked first. That's operating from a fixed mindset, because now you're worried about other people or showing up in a way where other people accept you. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, we want to be accepted. We want to be noticed by other people. But let me tell you something. When you shift your mind to a place where you are operating from a growth mindset, you don't care what other people think. You don't care if other people pick you or not, because you know what happens? Growth mindset people, they go and they create their own tables and they invite others to the table. That's a growth mindset. You do what it takes to continue to grow, to continue to find out what is working and what is not working and why is it not working. Right? When you enter into a situation where it seems like a hurdle or a battle, you don't stop at that issue, right? You keep going. You keep figuring out, how do I get over this hurdle? Even if I come up against it and it stops me this time or it stops me the next time. A growth mindset person will go and approach that hurdle and they will find a way to cross it. Okay. So the second shift to decluttering for greatness is shifting your mindset. A lot of times we have to declutter all the things inside of us, in our minds, and why it is that we do what we do. Why do we want to be on other people's team versus creating our own team? Shift your mind. Shift your mind. And once you get there, once you are clear about who you are and what it is that you want, and know that you are capable of creating the change that you want, you are able to declutter for greatness. All right. If this is resonating with you, drop a comment. Drop a comment. This is resonating with me. All right. Now, this one's probably going to get a lot of people. The third one is shift your attitude. Shift your attitude. You may think that you have a good attitude. You actually might have a good attitude. But I tell you one thing. When I say attitude, I don't mean technically how you talk to other people. What I mean is, what do you do when one door closes? Right? What do you do when something negative happens in your life? What do you do? Are you the individual who mopes and pouts about this bad thing happening? Or are you the one who is going to take action? Are you the one who says to yourself, okay, yeah, this happened, but, and I want you to try that, because many times the good things that happen to us are a result of our own thinking, right? And we believe something can happen, then we can do it. We can do it. I think there's a quote out there that says something along the lines, so she thinketh, she doeth. I think that's how it goes. But a lot of us have to shift our attitude around certain problems or issues, or certain barriers, or certain issues around resources. We have the opportunity to do what it is that we want or hope other people would do for us. We really, 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 really do. I didn't come for money. I did not come for money. Okay? Not at all. Not even close. Not even close. But having an attitude of like, I can do this attitude has helped me to go so far in my life, and it's going to continue to help me go even further. So here's what I want you to do about shifting your attitude. And this is also a part of mental resilience. You know how individuals say, or they do improv. I think that's what it's called, improv, right? Someone presents an issue and they say, yes, but. So when an issue comes up with you or to you, or you feel like you can't overcome whatever that is, right? Or something bad happens that you feel like, oh my gosh, this is just going to derail everything I've been working on. I want you to say to yourself, yes, but. And the but is, what are all the good things that have happened? What are all the good things that could happen? What are all the things that you can do now to make sure that you've learned from the bad thing that's happened, and now you can get onto the road of greatness? All right. So yes, Denise, you are right. 3-shift process. I want you guys to take this into your 2022 as you set out your intentions for the year. And I want you to implement this 3-shift process. Shift your space, declutter your space so that you have a clean, healthy space to work in. Shift your mind, go into it with a growth mindset. Don't look for people to just pick you, okay? Pick yourself and do the work that's necessary. And shift your attitude. Yes, but. Implement yes, but. This happened, but. Okay? I can do it. I can achieve the success that I want for myself. So guys, this has been such an honor. And, I was just really thinking about what is it that I want to talk to you all about going into the new year. And this topic for me really drove home a lot. Sometimes I can just be around the house doing regular household chores or regular things, and it will connect with something so much deeper. And that's where this message came from. So I want you in every space of your life to find a way to declutter, and you should be able to do that with the 3-shift process. If this is you, if you suffer with disorder, clutter, you're trying to find out how to organize. How do I prioritize? What tools can I use or processes can I implement to get organized so that I can make sure I create a business, a brand, and ultimately success that I desire? If this is you, I want you to let me know in the comments that you want to learn more about this, because next year we are ramping up for the Athletes Making Moves course. We are launching March 21st, 2022. We are only taking reservations or signups until then. And at that point, we are closing the door. We have 2 levels that are only accepting 50 people each, because you work with me more one-on-one. You get more time with me. And so that's why we're limiting those 2 levels to a certain amount of people. If you are interested in this, you want to learn more about this, make sure you go to bit.ly/AMM course. Okay. Register for the Athletes Making Moves course at bit.ly/AMM course. As always, guys, it is such a pleasure to educate you, motivate you, and inspire you to your very next level. Until next time, I will check you later, guys. Ciao.
Thanks for joining us this week on What Are You Sporting About podcast. Make sure to visit our website, prosportlawyer.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite platform is, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes or iHeartRadio. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like the show, you might want to check out our book, What Are You Sporting About? Attorney Sivonnia DeBarros is available for private consulting at sldebarros.com. And remember, we're here to educate, support, and guide you in your journey to success, because we're all sporting about something.